Hello, I'm Jonathan Hudson, and today I'm going to be introducing MWP's Area Planner tool. I'm doing that in this virtual machine, which is running Elementary, which is an Ubuntu derivative. So before I start with the MWP tool, I'm going to show you the inspiration before it. So some time ago, a New Zealand gentleman, iForce2D, developed this quite nice, really nice actually, Google Maps based tool that will given an area, will plan a mission that fits within that area, and then you can download the mission file to your desktop, and you can load it into MWP or EZGUI, and thence into iNav and go and fly it. And it's really, really very clever. It's a absolutely really good algorithm for generating the flight path. And one of the nice things about doing it in Google Maps is you get these really clever widgets for free, in particular this area editor, which kind of magically seems to know where you want to put these points and introduces these new intermediate points. And as you're doing it, it recalculates the area for you. Gives you how long the path is, how long it's going to take you to fly it. You can download it and go and do it. But as a web application, it has a couple of disadvantages, I guess. First of all, you need to be online to do it. You need to be able to access iForce2D's site to get to the application. You need to be able to access Google to get to the maps. And if you don't live in New Zealand, and particularly if you don't fly at the famous Tokoroa airfield, you have to define this area by either typing your own points in, or maybe storing them in a file and pasting them in. So as a comparison, let's first of all do that. So in this terminal window here, I have some points. Copy to the clipboard, and these points were actually exported out of MWP Area Planner. So let's go back to the tool, select the points that have been generated from pulling the area around, and paste my set in, and I obviously did that incorrectly. Let's paste my set in again. There we are. And I have 14 waypoints. I have 815 meters. My default in MWP isn't this fast, so I'm going to put these back to my MWP values, and it tells me that at 4.5 meters per second here, it will take me 3 minutes and 37 seconds to fly this. So there's our reference point. Now when you build Multi-View Planner, you also get the Multi-View Area Planner as well, so I'm going to click on that. It opens in your MWP default location, default zoom, and unless you run it from the command line with a file name against it, it just creates a rectangle covering about 80% of the screen. Again, you can move these points around. Inserting points is not quite as clever as Google's little widget, so right mouse button, insert, and it's always clockwise and halfway to the next point. We can delete points, delete. No, we can't do that because obviously we require 3 or more vertices to actually have an area, so don't do that then. Anyway, we want to go to New Zealand. So one of the things you can do easily in a desktop application is obviously save and restore files. So I'm going to go to the file that I just showed you, and when you use this tool, it uses your MWP mission area directory to save these files in as well. And here's the Tokoroa one. Open it, and there we are. I'm in New Zealand, and it looks like that, and indeed it looks like that. So some settings: the angle, whether you your first turn is to port or starboard, left or right, which pretty much defines actually how the area is generated, the row separation, the altitude, which just feeds into the mission file, and whether you want to return to home when it's finished or not, which again just feeds into the mission file. So I can click apply. I get 14 points, 813 meters plays 816, 3 minutes and 42 seconds plays 337. But pretty much the same result. We both start at the southwest corner here, and we finish sort of northeast here, and two things look actually, so there we are. That's the comparison. Let's go back to Netley Marsh, and no, before we do that, so export will export it to a mission file. So I click that, it pulls up my mission directory, and I can enter a name and save it. So I don't want to do that just now. Let's go back to Netley Marsh. So it's my default location. There's nothing there because the area is still in New Zealand, so I'm going to reset the area, drag the points around a bit to fit pretty much in the recreation ground field, blah 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 blah. And I want a couple more points. I'm going to insert a couple more points. There we are. There we are. I'm ready to generate my my mission. The field actually, or the long edge of the field here, runs at about 33 degrees. So 33 degrees. Click apply, and it's calculated the mission. I'd like to return to home at the end of it. I'd like to return to home. I'll do that. I can fly it the other way around, so instead of flying it starboard hand around, I'm now flying it port hand around, which means actually it starts pretty almost where it was going to finish, and it's now, we're now turning. First turn here is now to the left rather than to the right. Once I've first done the mission, then changes in any of these, as you just saw, will instantaneously redraw the mission, well, apart from altitude, which doesn't affect it. So I could make the points a bit closer, hit enter, it redraws the mission. You probably don't want to get too close because iNav has a waypoint radius. If you put the legs too close together, iNav may actually cut the corner here. On the map, I can move the points around, as you might expect. This algorithm is incredibly robust, so I can abuse it in all sorts of sort of ugly ways, and it quite happily just redraws the mission for me. So thank you very much, iForce2D. You have given the world a really, really clever algorithm for doing this stuff. So the one thing we really haven't looked at then is this publish button here, which is grayed out unless there is an instance of multi-week planner running. And when there is, back to the area survey generator, the publish button is now enabled, and I can click this and it will send the mission into MWP without touching the file system. So at the moment this particular mission is not saved, so I'm going to click publish, tab back to here. We didn't look at it. So here it's 378 meters and it's going to take me 2 minutes. And if I go back there, it's 378 meters and it's going to take me 2 minutes. Well, great, they can both calculate the same thing. So once it's in MWP, I can then move the waypoints around when it's in the area planner. The way the mission is actually read only, um, and I could either save it from if I'm satisfied with it, I can save it from either the area planner or from MWP. So that's it for today. That's a very quick view, or probably not very quick actually, of the new area planner tool that's in MultiWii Planner. I hope you find it useful, and thanks for watching.